Well, hello everyone. I'm Milan Jensen, and I want to thank you for joining us and spending this time together to explore what's possible for you and to hear our ideas about making life better for agents. We're introducing some new ideas, and we really want you to feel well informed. We're going to spend maybe 40 minutes together. Questions will come up. You can drop them down in the chat. I'll mind the chat there. But we'll be sure to bring those questions up before we close today. Immediately following this call at 9 a.m. Pacific, our COO, Bruce Jensen, who I think is here with us today, will also host a deeper dive into the agent compensation we'll be discussing. So I'll post a link to that in the chat. I highly encourage you to attend that if you can at 9 a.m. Pacific, because that's where we get to take what we're talking about today and really personalize it to your goals and your business. So this morning, I have the pleasure of introducing two speakers that I highly respect. First, you're going to hear from Bill Broach, who, together with his partner David Townsend, were the original owners of the Annuity.com domain. Bill has always been a champion for agents. Over the years, he's created multiple marketing systems that really have been designed to create consistent, high-quality leads. Among them are things like the Safe Money radio program, and also the database drip marketing system that we rely on today. There have been so many others. Bill's perspective ensures that the agent's voice remains central in our decisions. And what's even more inspiring is that after selling Annuity.com, Bill didn't step away. He chose to remain deeply involved in this industry. In fact, he launched his own Annuity.com agency and became our first agent, proving that his commitment to helping agents really and see that they succeed has never been stronger. Second, leading our conversation this morning is our CEO, Brett Blake. Brett's a seasoned executive, a visionary leader, respected for transforming and growing businesses. Brett has an MBA from the Harvard Business School. He's authored 4 business books, served on several boards, but most important to all of us, Brett led the acquisition of the new Annuity.com and became our CEO in January of 2024. Brett's the father of 5, the grandfather of 3. He and his wife, Erin, live in the metro area of Phoenix, Arizona. We believe it's time to change how agents are valued and paid in this profession. I hope you'll get a sense of that as you hear from Bill and Brett, and they share their vision for agents with you this morning. So let's kick this day off with hearing from Bill.
Thanks a lot. Nice to look out over the screen and see lots of old friends, Jeff and Al and Steve and David Dustin and Kevin, all great people who have been involved with us for a long time. And anyway, welcome to the call, everyone. I will be putting my email up in the chat. If anybody would like to reach out to me, I'm available to anybody. Just email me and we can set up a time to talk, or I can answer some questions if you wish. So a lot of really interesting projects going on at Annuity.com, a lot of things that are in development that I think will let this organization stand alone in the annuity industry. Some of the early things we did, Lo, I thought were completely industry opposed to how the industry's done it. The very first thing you get when you join Annuity.com is you get a pre-release. In other words, if we aren't who you think we are and we don't fit with you or you don't fit with us, you can walk away very simply and move your contracts wherever you wish. And there's some really amazing things coming, especially in the AI industry. We're using AI in a different sort of way, and Brett probably will speak of that today. If not, we'll have it all ready for you when it's time to show you all the details on it. A lot of really great stuff. So I guess I'll sign off for now. I'll put my email in the chat box. Email me anything. I'll reply as soon as I can. And with that, I'll turn it over to Brett.
Thank you, Bill. Milan, good to see you both this morning. And Amy, we're grateful that you're with us and you join us. And for those of you who are veterans or family members of veterans, we thank you for your service. We hope you had a great day yesterday. We took some time to be able to honor our great veterans, and we appreciate you. We want to share a presentation with you today that will give you a little bit of an insight about who we are and why I think we're the fastest growing IMO in the annuity space right now, independent marketing organization. We hit over 600 agents at the end of October, and we continue to grow every day. And the question that you might have is, why are you growing so fast and why should you join us? And I want to answer that question, but maybe just start with our story that began when a friend of mine called me, Kevin Jensen. I knew Kevin and Milan, who you've met today for a long, long time. Kevin, at the time, was working as a volunteer at a food bank on Thursdays with a gentleman by the name of Bill Broach, who you've heard today. Bill was the owner of the URL annuity.com and several marketing tools that he put together to help agents find clients and be successful and generate their own leads. And he and his partner, David Townsend, were thinking about making a transition in their life. David and Bill and Phyllis had worked together for a long time. They'd built a, a business around the annuity.com brand. David's wife was ill at the time, and David had survived a bout of cancer, and Bill was thinking about, what do we do next in life? We began to talk about annuity.com. And when we first talked, I thought, well, I don't really know anything about this industry. I don't really know how to help you. But they were hoping I could introduce them to someone who would be interested in acquiring what they had built. And I initially thought, I'm not that experienced. But finally I said, okay, I'll do it if you sign a document. So I put together a document that basically said to them, I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to selling a business, but I'm going to go and give it my best effort and try to introduce you to individuals who might be interested. You acknowledge that I don't know that, and therefore I'm not going to charge you unless I'm successful. And they signed that document. We went off and started working together, and I kept calling Bill and asking him questions. I'm sure it was annoying for him to get all of the calls that I had. I asked all these, what must have been the dumbest questions, but I started learning more and more about annuities. I learned that the annuity industry is huge and it's growing fast. It's almost doubled well, it has doubled now from 2020, where it was $219 billion to last year, where it was 434 billion. Estimates that it'll be over 50 billion this year. I couldn't believe that, because the industry that I was with before I thought was huge, and it was like $35 billion in the US. And this industry, the annuity industry, was growing at the same size of the entire industry every year. And I thought, holy cow, this is a big, big industry. I learned later that the opportunity is much larger than this. There's probably only 12% of Americans who have purchased annuities. Only 1 in 4 actually can tell you what an annuity is. But when researchers ask individuals who have money to invest for their retirement, when researchers explain to them what an annuity is, 54% of the people that hear about it say, I want that. If we could reach those 54% of the population, that's another 1.5 trillion with a T dollars worth of opportunity. And that's what we're going after. There are 10,000 retirees every day, $32 trillion worth of assets waiting and looking for annuities. And we own the URL annuity.com. So as I started learning about this, and then I learned about the economics. So if you think about annuities, it's a lot like real estate in terms of the economics. When you sell, first of all, let me back up. I'm getting excited. BlackRock is the #1 money manager when it comes to money for retirement. And they have not had annuities in their portfolio very long, but they couldn't ignore them. They came out and they made a public statement saying, insurance products designed specifically to help tame some of the uncertainties of retirement planning. We believe annuities align with individuals' natural risk preferences, and the answer is better than mutual funds or better than CDs or bonds. In fact, I met the head of the BlackRock annuity division. She told me, we believe it's such a better tool for the retirement that you'll see much of the $20 trillion in mutual funds migrate to annuities as more and more Americans retire. As a rep, as an agent, as someone selling annuities, it is like a dream come true transaction. So if you think about it, the sales commission is about 10%. You don't make 10%. About 7% goes to the agent, and another 2 or 3% comes to the company. So it's split, that commission, but 10% in total. The funny thing is that doesn't come from the person we're selling the annuity to. So if if I go and help my friend secure $100,000, my friend doesn't actually have to pay me 10% like they do in real estate or in other places. In fact, the insurance company pays the what they expect to make on the margin. They pay a commission to their agents. What that means is that your friend, my dad, my brothers, my friends, they have $100,000. Now they have $100,000 that's backed by the carrier's goodwill and a contract. They're going to guarantee that that money survives and grows at a specific rate or at a specific percentage of the market rate. It's an amazing product, and it's manufactured not by annuity.com, but we represent some of the largest brands you've seen in the world. Brands like Mass Mutual, New York Life, Prudential, Allianz, the sponsors of the Olympics, Pac Life. You've seen Pac Life on many sporting events. These are big, big brands who are creating these products, and we offer all of them. In fact, I think we offer 2,400. So when I learned about this industry, I learned about the trends driving it, the economics of each sale, the fact that they were now becoming mainstream where they'd actually be kind of been had a bad reputation in the past. I thought, who wouldn't want annuity.com? So I went back to Bruce. I went back to Bill and David and said, hey, I think I have an idea. And I said, can you get me in front of some of the top sellers so I can share with them what I've learned from the real estate industry? And they kind of looked at me funny and said, real estate? I said, yeah, in real estate, Keller Williams has an interesting model. While all of their competitors got together and formed one large conglomerate, Keller Williams decided we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to create a plan focused on agents. We're going to share our profits with agents in relationship to how many other agents they go and recruit and help bring onto their teams, and allow agents to create teams of other agents and be able to benefit from helping us grow. That model was really weird when it was first introduced, but it's now become the largest company in real estate. Keller Williams is 2 times larger than all of their competitors combined. And then 20 years later comes along a little company called eXp Realty. eXp saw what Keller Williams was doing and said, we can create a little bit more modern version of this. They created a virtual company. They, instead of sharing profits, they shared revenue with agents. Instead of just sharing revenue, they also allowed the agents to become owners, stockholders in their company. And they created a program called Cap the Company, which we have copied. Amazing things happened. eXp became the fastest growing brokerage and continues to be the fastest growing brokerage, hitting almost 100,000 agents now. And they are the third largest behind Keller Williams, all of the other brands combined, and then a little old eXp. We believe we can do this in annuities. We think we can become the largest distributor of annuities in the world following this plan. So to go and test my ideas, I met Bill for the first time. This is actually in Missouri. We met, though, in Austin, Texas at the airport, and got in our car and started driving around and having conversations with our agents, with top selling agents. And we presented our plan. We asked them what they thought about it. We got their feedback. We continue to meet with these founders actually every other Friday morning to get feedback. But during that round of interviews, I met Tim Davis and John Stevenson. These two were so excited about what we were doing. They were the first to write checks, and they became shareholders in annuity.com. We then we met with David Dustin and Al Martinez in Colorado, and Roy Snar in Austin, Texas, and Steve Dibwad, who I think we met in Houston, but he's in Indiana. And these individuals all became founding agents with Annuity.com and continue to help us every week, every other week, to guide the company. But when I came home from this round of meetings, I knew we had something special. So I made the commitment that I would lead the purchase of Annuity.com, and we would start a new company, Annuity.com Inc. And we would go and build the place for individuals to come and learn how to sell annuities if they haven't sold them. And those who are expert sellers, we would create the most compelling agent first company in the industry. Our DNA is rooted in Bill. We talked about Bill, a little bit. He was the first to produce 100 million in annuity sales, but instead of focusing on his personal production, Bill turned his attention and really has changed most of his energy in his life to helping other agents become successful. He's helped an agent in Texas hit over 40 million a year in production. An agent in Utah hit over 30 million a year in production. In Colorado, 12 million in production. Down in the Southeast, over 30 million production, and many, many more. Bill knows and understands and is always focusing on creating interesting ideas. We set out to become the largest distributor of annuities, not because we were going to go out and buy agents like other large conglomerates are doing, but rather we were going to follow the Keller Williams playbook, and we were going to be the best company for agents. And this is what we came up with. Number one, we realized product would be essential. What I found is I can't believe anybody can make money selling one product line. If they're captive with one firm, or if their firm only offers 2 or 3 annuities, you're shortchanging your clients. Because these products, these carriers, change their products so dramatically from quarter to quarter that we've never had back-to-back quarters where the number one carrier continues to be the number one carriers, because things change so dramatically. That's why we went out and sought after a way to get contracts with all of the best annuity producers in the world. I mean, manufacturers. All of these companies and more, over 60 nationally branded carriers with over 2,400 different annuity products are available to you when you sell under the Annuity.com brand. And that means that your clients are likely to have the best product at that moment in time and to be much happier with their long-term success than they would otherwise be. Second, we started focusing on what probably is number one to you, and that is the best pay. We were stuck. I was actually dumb, like stupefied, when I went out and realized how agents were compensated. You see, I had been a CEO of many companies. I had negotiated my own pay package, and I had put pay packages together to attract and keep talent. And one thing I knew, and that is how you pay somebody is a message of how you value them. And if you have somebody on a commission plan and not a compensation plan, that basically sends the message that those individuals are disposable, they're temporary. And that's the cornerstone of this entire industry. Agents are paid with a commission plan. Not only are they paid with a commission plan, but I was shocked to find that many of them were not even paid the full commission that the carriers intended them to earn. That's called street commission. Life insurance carriers publish what they call a street commission. That means this is what we intend to pay the agent on the street who's actually doing the work. But many, many agents, even when they thought they were earning all that they should be earning, joined Annuity.com and found out that for selling the same product, they earn more money. Not because we pay above street, but because we're paying full street to our agents. And finally, I was shocked that the retirement experts didn't have any retirement plan themselves. They didn't have a compensation plan that would help them with retirement. They didn't have a bonus program in place. They couldn't earn stock in the company. To me, these are like essential tools of compensation that everyone who matters should be thinking about. And therefore, we set out not to create another commission plan, but to go out and create the first compensation plan for annuity agents. And we wanted to focus not only on your here and now, but we want to make sure our agents have the great retirements that they're trying to help their clients have. This actually came not at the start, but in a conversation I had with a reporter who told me that his grandfather was an agent. He said, but my grandfather, shortly after he retired, after having a very successful practice and living great his whole career, ended up being dependent on Social Security and on his family. He didn't have any retirement other than Social Security and whatever he could get from his family. And his retirement was very, very sad. He said, when my father retired, my father also was an agent, was bound and determined not to let that happen to him. He began to save, he put away money, but his retirement lasted for only 18 months. At the end of 18 months, he too was dependent on Social Security, and he too was often dependent upon that journalist for money that he needed to be able to get by. Our agents deserve better than that. We don't want any of our agents to have a retirement that's not optimal. So we have created a compensation plan that we think is the number one compensation plan in the industry. And we've prepared this short video that'll introduce it to you. And then at the top of the hour, Bruce Jensen and Milan Jensen, not related, will take some time to actually go deep and help you understand this compensation system, which I think is critical for you to understand because it's designed to help you solve many of the problems that annuity agents face, not just during their career, but when they retire.
Most agents only earn their personal production. That means they work hard for years but never build long-term wealth. They aren't growing an asset that gains value over time. And when they're ready to retire, many agents end up with less than the clients they help. That isn't right. At Annuity.com, we've designed a compensation plan to change that, to help agents earn more today while building a business they own for the future. There are two powerful ways agents earn with Annuity.com. First, you earn on your personal production, just like every other agent. But second, you earn passive income on the production of others, helping you build long-term wealth. First, you keep 100% of your street commissions, no hidden fees, no percentage taken by an IMO. What the carrier pays, you receive. It's simple and it's fair. When you sell $5 million in a year, you cap the company, meaning you keep 100% of the company dollar on every sale you make for the rest of the year. That's the override Annuity.com normally earns on your production. Now it goes directly to you. Most top producers find that they earn more with Annuity.com, even if they currently have a special deal with their IMO. Most agents never build a business, they just work a job. But at Annuity.com, you can earn income beyond your personal sales, creating long-term wealth. Here's how. With our Agency Builder program, you earn from the agents you refer, up to 7 degrees deep. This creates true residual income that grows over time. Every time one of your agents makes a sale, you earn a share of the company dollar, even if you're on vacation, even if you retire. This isn't just another sales job, it's a business you own. Most agents retire with nothing to sell. But with Annuity.com, you earn stock ownership just by doing what you do best, selling annuities and helping others succeed. Hit key milestones and you can earn up to $15,000 in stock every year, turning your career into a business that grows in value. We believe agents should own their business, build passive income, and create long-term wealth. Are you ready to take control of your future? Go to joinannuity.com today and start earning like an owner.
Hopefully that was helpful to you. There we go. Our Agency Builder program, which is really designed to be able to help you create an asset that will pay you what we call residual income, money that you work for today and that continues to pay over time, is built on a principle that made John D. Rockefeller one of the early billionaires in the United States. John D. Rockefeller, when asked about his fortune, said, I learned this principle that I would rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of mine own efforts. This is a really hard principle for most annuity agents to learn because they're so, I mean, they have to eat what they kill. So they're so focused on maximizing their current income, their current production, but adding to that the ability to be able to earn a little bit on the work of others is kind of the key element of the Keller Williams plan we put in place. We don't hire recruiters to go out and recruit agents. We build a company that is so good that other agents want to tell other agents about it. And that allows them to earn the money we would otherwise pay to our marketers and allows them to build an agency where they earn for as long as the people on their team continue to produce. And that can happen several degrees away from them. We have a simple plan that can help you build $1 million retirement. Not $1 million itself, but an asset that's worth $1 million that pays out like having $1 million in an annuity. That plan basically tells you go out for 5 years and go and find top producers, recruit 2 a year to the company, and you'll be shocked at the income that it'll provide for you. Now, if that will happen with just 2 producers, imagine what happens when you accelerate this plan and that becomes 2 a month instead of 2 a year. Amazing things can happen. We're turning agents into owners with their own virtual agency that doesn't require employees or offices or computers or technology. We do all of the back end work. You benefit from having the opportunity to earn on the production of others. And we're offering stock awards to our top producers. Produce $1 million, $3 million, and $5 million a year in stock in the company every year. And as that stock goes up, the value goes up for you. Eventually, as we hope to be a public company, when we go public, you'll have the opportunity to benefit from whatever happens with the company, you'll benefit. We also know that it's not enough to have great compensation. You need great marketing tools. So a lot of the innovation we're doing, a lot of the tools we provide, a lot of the brands we own are brands and services designed to help our agents develop their own lead flow and to teach them how to do that and how to build a self-sustaining business. We also own annuity.com, the industry URL. And if you go to annuity.com, we encourage you to do that and go click on find an agent. What you're going to find is that we have so few agents as opposed to the number we need to cover the cities, the counties, the states in the United States. So many places when somebody goes to find an agent is still not occupied by annuity.com agents. And that's one of the reasons why we're recruiting so heavily right now to be able to fill out our Find Annuity. We also provide our agents, as part of our effort to help you with your marketing, what we call performance pathways. These are individual lanes, if you will, pathways that help you, that provide training, that provide support and resources to help you develop your own leads. We've partnered with Financialize, the best lead provider in our industry, to create a qualified lead performance pathway. We've created our own seminar division to help agents go out and generate leads by putting on their own seminars in the seminar performance pathway. And for brand new agents and agents willing to help brand new agents, we have the team selling performance pathway, which uses a proprietary and innovative system we call WIN, or What Is Your Number, to help new agents start conversations about retirement with friends, neighbors, acquaintances, social media, on social media and other places. The question is always like, how do I start a conversation that could lead to a sell? We made that super simple with WIN, and our agents are able to come and learn that, to join our performance pathway and help one another in our communities, and to follow the training program we have in place. Training is really important with annuity.com. We want to help new agents become great agents. And in order to do that, we need great training. Yesterday, we announced the launch of our new online training center for all agents. If you haven't visited that, we hope you'll go to app.annuity.com and sign in and go and look at our training center. It's great now, it's going to become better and better over time. Not only do we have online training, but we also augment that with live training. And a lot of our training is developed or delivered from producers, from individuals who've had great success. Remember, I talked about our five founders earlier in the presentation. Here are a few of them, but these are just some of the agents who are willing to commit their time and their energy to help newer agents become successful. Why? Because they're shareholders in the company and they're agency owners, and most of the agents will be in their organizations, and therefore they have an incentive for you to succeed. You see, when we built our agency builder program, we used degrees of separation. You'll remember the old adage that all of us in the world are separated by 7 degrees of separation. It's actually 6 point something degrees of separation. We created a compensation based upon that principle so that every new agent that joined us, the probability is that they will have somebody in their pay organization who will have an incentive to help them succeed, who are themselves the top producing agent. It's a great program. It's part of the culture that comes as a result of the type of compensation system we've put in place. And we're so grateful to have these amazing minds, these great producers to help our agents. One of the great examples is every Thursday, Roy, one of our top producer, hosts his annuity producers free Zoom event. So on Thursdays, tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central, you can tune in and listen. And Roy and often Bill will join him. We'll get on a Zoom and he'll just share tips and ideas and answer questions. He's very accessible. And many of our agents point to this as one of the reasons why they've had success here when they haven't had success otherwise. One agent told me, listen, I've been in this space for 15 years and I've learned more in the few months with annuity.com than I learned my entire time prior because of what I'm learning from these top agents who are available to us at annuity.com. Now, as if all that weren't enough, it's not enough because AI is changing the world, as Bill said at the beginning of this. Every industry and in every way is going to be impacted dramatically by AI. Annuity.com, almost one of the first hires, early on, we hired a chief technology officer and a top AI specialist from Google because we knew that we had an opportunity to be able to be a leader in the development and deployment of artificial intelligence in the annuity space. You see, there's this thing called technology debt. The bigger you are as a company, the more systems you have as a company, the harder it is to implement new things when they come along. Guess what? We're new, we're young, we're nimble, and we're focused on making sure that artificial intelligence does not replace our agents. But we're confident that because of the artificial intelligence we're building, we're going to empower our agents to take business from those agents who aren't empowered with artificial intelligence. We're future-proofing our agents' business. We're starting in a small way and growing that to be dramatic. What we're doing in the future will truly change the annuity industry. We started by introducing Agent Assist. If you go to the OpenAI GPT library and search for annuity.com Agent Advisor, you'll find our first simple AI tool that'll help you with ideas on case design for your clients. Now, it will ask you fact finder information. You can put it all in or you can answer the questions. Do not put your client's for real name there because this is open AI. We will have secure AI for our agents that are coming soon, but this is OpenAI. But it's a great tool. And agents that started using this have texted me and said, Brett, wow, that was so, so helpful to me, especially for newer agents who are uncertain about what products to recommend, about where to start, can get a jump start immediately using our annuity.com agent advisor tool. We have also been working on and launched for a while ago a comprehensive, robust engine for your business that we call Lead Pro. Lead Pro is an all-in-one system to help you close more annuity deals. Now, listen, I want to be clear. You can start with annuity.com without paying for anything. We don't have any fees to join us. But in the enrollment process, you're going to be given the opportunity to enroll with Lead Pro. There's a $299 one-time payment to help you get set up, and then $199 a month for this tool. We wanted to make it a no-brainer for all of our agents to do this because we think it's so important that you have a secure place to not only keep all of your contact information, but to track your business, to be able to take notes on conversations, to be able to follow up and have tools to follow up. This automates so many things. It automates birthdays. So automatically you put your clients' birthdays in it and they get a birthday wish from you without you even thinking about it. It automates your annual reviews. So you put in the month that you want to do the annual review for that client, and it will automatically start sending out an email 30 days in advance to invite that client to join you for an annual review. And when they join you, they'll put that appointment on your calendar. And like all of the calendar events that you use through this system, you can automate a follow-up. So they'll be reminded a day in advance and that morning of and a few minutes before that they have an appointment with you. So they'll keep their appointments with you. These are among the tools that we have and many more that are coming that are all designed to make sure the annuity.com agents have the absolute leading edge technology to make sure that they're most effective. But we also added free marketing tools, a suite of marketing tools. The tools themselves, it claims is $197. I just did some research. This system would cost you $791 outside of annuity.com. But you just pay for the business engine, and all of this gets added for free. We write a newsletter on your behalf and send it out to your clients every other week. It's professionally written, designed. There are links on it to articles that they need to read to get more information. It comes from you. And guess what? We track all of the responses. We can tell you who opened it, what links they went to. This creates a great method for you to be able to see who's interested at any given time and who you should have on your call list when you start making the decisions on how to spend your time each week. We do the same thing with a website. We give you an annuity.com branded website with your photo, with your contact information, with your bio on it, with a lead capture, many lead capture tools. Why? For two reasons. One, to help you and your marketing, but also to be able to give you credibility. So many times when you meet a new client, they're hesitant to actually transfer money, but our agents point them to their annuity.com website and the individual says, oh yeah, you're with annuity.com. I can trust you. These are smart websites. They're not dumb websites, which means you get the same type of smart information. You can know who visited your website, who's filling out forms. It actually will fulfill for you some free offers that help you generate leads. It's a great tool, and it's part of the free marketing package we give to our Lead Pro subscribers. You get a professional email, annuity.com email, a business phone line to use, and you also get listed on the Find an Agent section of annuity.com. And we're always adding new tools to make Lead Pro more valuable to our agents. That's why we just announced that Tom Hegna On Demand will be available for free to all of our Lead Pro subscribers on January 1st. This is a $97 retail value. It's added as part of your subscription to Lead Pro, and it's beginning in January 1st. If you haven't seen Tom Hegna On Demand, go to YouTube and just type in Tom Hegna On Demand. It is an amazing tool for you and for your clients to be able to make you more effective, to give you more training, to be able to help you prepare for appointments, and to be able to provide your clients the information that they need to be able to make good decisions for you. All of this is part of the technology we're deploying to make our agents more effective and represents really kind of the commitment of our team. Now, listen, I just want to end by introducing you to a few of the members of our team. I can't introduce you to all of them, but I want you to know that what we have done in screening and finding individuals to join us, we really screen for two things. One is competence, and second, and that is conviction and a commitment to agents. Everyone who joins us has shown throughout their career or shown through the process that they have the same heart, and that is to make you successful. We know that if we can find and help agents become more successful, all of our hopes will come true. But it starts with you and your success. You're not here working for us, we're here working for you. And our team is committed to that. I mentioned to you, Bruce, you have a chance to meet him at the top of the hour. Mark Balstead is our CTO. He's run technology for $3 billion plus brands throughout his career. He was the first technology person they hired at JetBlue. He was part of the JetBlue team before they had an airplane. And he was with them through their growth and has tremendous experience. Alan Culver, who's our principal architect, we stole him from Google. He was working with us on a project and just loved what we were doing, said, I don't want to miss this. He called me one day and said, Brett, I'm leaving. Actually called Bruce. He called Bruce one day and said, I'm leaving Google. And Bruce said, well, where are you going? And he says, I'm coming to Nudie.com. And Bruce said, we can't afford you yet. And he goes, yeah, I know. You pay me what you can pay me now, but I don't want to miss out on what you're building at Nudie.com. Think about that. He left Google to come join us because he sees what we see in terms of the future. We want you to join us, and we made it simple. If you join us, you've got kind of three things in front of you. First, get enrolled. Follow the link that the person who invited you to this call has for you. Reach out to them, say, what's the link for me to get started? That'll simplify things. If you joined us because you found us online, go back to joinannuity.com and you'll find an enrollment button on joinannuity.com. You'll go through that process. It'll help you onboard. You'll get your licensing. You'll start applying for your carriers through us. Then get trained. Go to that new agent launch center and go through the onboarding orientation training that we've put together, and do that in your first 7 days. You can do that in your first 7 hours now because it's all online. If you prefer live, there's a new onboarding session every Monday, I think at 9 a.m. and then one also in the afternoon that you can join. And then after your training, you'll get focused. You'll pick a performance pathway. We launched yesterday a community for each performance pathway. You'll join that community. You'll work with other agents who are also using those performance pathways. We have a starter guide to help you there. We're building out specific performance pathway training programs to help you in each of those performance pathways to make sure that you're a success. You're going to see more and more and more that we're committed to your success. We're going to deliver more tools to help you. We're doing all we can to build the best agent-focused company in the world. We hope that I've convinced you that you ought to be part of the many people who are making the decision to come and join us. But I also understand that for many of you, change is hard. And to those who find it difficult to make a change, I would say you should remember that if you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got. Now's the time to do something different, to ensure your future, to make sure that your retirement is what you want it to be. to be able to have the type of career that you'd like to have. And I think we can help you at annuity.com. That's our bet. That's our focus. That's our daily passion.